Good day everyone, I am Desiree Eclevia and I am here again to discuss about the childhood memories in Calamba and early schooling of our God, Dr. Rizal. So far for this chapter 2, we are going to trip down into memory lane discussing the childhood memories of Dr. Rizal in his beloved hometown in Calamba, Laguna. Our national hero had an ordinary but memorable childhood like any other Filipino kid. His parents were very close to him and his siblings, so they were never deprived of attention and care because of their parents' loving natures. They were also blessed and looked down upon the Lord, so they had a pretty comfortable life where artists and poets loved to live. Calamba, Laguna crafted lots of talents, and that includes Pepe, who was gifted with multiple skills. The hometown of his is a wonder and beautiful to live in. Nature's beauty is evident everywhere you look. From the flowers, trees, ambience, skies, name it, everything was pure bliss. During his teenage years, exactly at 15 years old, he wrote this poem in 1876 as a student in Ateneo, reminiscing his life in Calamba, entitled Un Recuerdo a mi Pueblo, which means in memory of my town. Jose Rizal can help but to murmur in nostalgia as he thought about the specialty of Calamba in his heart and in his life. Moving on to the sad, beautiful, and emotional poem, it is interpreted by experts as like this. According to the life and works of Rizal Blogspot, in the first two stanzas, Rizal uses a literary device intended to prolong suspense. Every fifth line begins with the word when, which indicates that there is a resulting effect following the clause that tails it. This series of when lines look back to his childhood and the colorful encounter with nature which was associated with those years. I sadly recall her face, oh precious and fancy, that a mother lovingly did succeed to embellish. I remember a simple town, my cradle, joy and boon, beside the cool lagoon, the seats of all my wish. During this stanza, whose face does he recall? It is the face of his infancy, his innocence. He remembers it with sadness because he misses it and longs for it. The simple life in a simple town misses his mother, who lavished him with love and untainted joy. On the fifth stanza, here we see a more candid side of the young Rizal, unstudied as he walks through forest lands and riverbanks, praying with the pure, untainted faith in the old churches of his hometown. That he does not live out prayer indicates his strong Catholic upbringing. During the sixth stanza, he remembers nothing but pure joy during those moments of his childhood. During those days, he knew nothing of grief and pain, as evidenced in the lines, "Never did I understand in your bosom what sorrows were." The last three lines can be translated in plainer English as, "Neither love nor tenderness failed me, because my happiness rests there in the heart of nature." He concluded the poem by Rizal bidding his town and his childhood memories farewell, and praying that his town remains as vibrant and full of hope and happiness as he remembers it. Rizal's family was Catholic devotees. Their devotion in this religion took up their totality, upbringing, principles, and lifestyles. At the early age of 3, he already took part in the family prayers. He loved partaking in spiritual nourishments, not just because of the traditional alone. We all know that Rizal was a prodigy and an undeniable genius. Her mother discovered this at such an early age. The early schooling started at home with his mother as his first teacher. Donna Theodora was a woman of intellect. She knew different languages, good in arts, and etc. Rizal admired, adored, and idolized both of his parents so much. Moreover, Pepe was the kind of kid who looks fragile because of his thin body, so Manuel, his uncle, who is athletic, trained him to improve his physics. While Uncle Gregorio, a scholar, instilled into the mind of the boy love for education, he advised Rizal, work hard and perform every task very carefully. Learn to be swift as well as true. Be independent in thinking and make visual pictures of everything. His art skills were refined as well by his maestro Joaquin Aquino Cruz, which Pepe describes as tall, thin, long-necked, sharp-nosed, with a body slightly bent forward. The school was in the maestro's house. Being an intellectual made his peers and classmates jealous of his skills. He was badged as the brightest student of Binan. Because of these promising skills he showed, his maestro wrote a letter for his parents for Rizal to finally go in college. We are filled in awe of our God Jose Rizal. He was a really special and outstanding kid. I hope we all look up to him and follow his steps as we strive for the betterment of our country. He uses his skills and intellect in helping his fellow men at a young age. Every day, let's celebrate his life. And that's all for my discussions. Thank you for listening and have a nice day.